from the city of Port Harcourt. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful. So, hello, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon from me to you, all the way from the city of Port Harcourt. How are you doing? Great, 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 great to be here. Awesome. Okay, so today I will be sharing something quite awesome, something very phenomenal that will be of great use to you when it comes to launching your book. So, a lot of individuals asking me the question, how should we be sharing? What kind of content should you be sharing when you are in the pre-launch phase of your book? What kind of content will you be sharing when you're in the pre-launch phase of your book? So I'm going to be sharing with you things that have worked for me personally, what Emeka Nobis has used to be able to market and sell tons of copies of my books and made quite some great amount of money from my books. So maybe this may not appeal to those who do fiction, but I think that if you look at it critically and take certain elements and aspects of what I'll be sharing, then you can apply that a whole lot to your own marketing campaign if you're writing, or if you've written fiction book or poetry or drama or whatever it is or educational books. So I'm going to be sharing things that are personal, things that I have worked on by myself, and I've gotten results in. I do hope that they will be of great blessing to you. So the thing is this: to take the chapters in the book. This is a strategy of all the strategies that I utilize to take chapters in the book and break them down into subtopics. A chapter in your book has a particular topic that it is dealing with, right? You can take the chapter in that book and then you can break it down into further subtopics. So let me give you a particular example of my book that I will be also gifting to those who are going to be participating in the Your Book We Sell Academy. This book is called Got a Tough Boss, Give Him a Banana, right? So it's a book that I'm giving away for free to those who are going to be part of the academy. Now, this is the book itself, right? This is the script still ongoing. That I'm opening it to show you physical example. So look at this. This chapter has to do with taking responsibility, right? So this has to do with taking responsibility. You can break this down into subtopics. And this is talking about you are employed because you have brains. You may not have known everything that pertains to your job, but at least you've got a brain. When your boss wants to pick your brain, you have to make sure that you've got stuff within it, something intellectual that they can use. No one likes to work with an odoyo who sits and soaks up every information without proffering information. Take responsibility for your job and all. So you see that from this chapter alone of the book, I can break it down to more subtopics that I can write about. When it comes to those subtopics, take the 20. I usually advise that you can craft 20 problems that your target audience is dealing with, because when it comes to this particular book, this book was written basically for employees. So employees are the target audience, right? They comprise the target audience for this book. Got a tough boss, buy him a banana, right? And so when it comes to that particular chapter, break it down into 20 problems, frustrations or challenges that your target audience is dealing with, all right? And then you start talking about those problems, because the more you talk about those problems, the more the target audience begin to believe that the book is for them, the more that they are moved to take a buying decision. It's critical for you to understand that, because you've done your book, the next thing is to sell it. So people that you are targeting must make a buying decision based on what the content that you share into them, that will make them to understand that the problems that they have, that your book will solve those problems. So it's critical for you to understand that. So break them down into, this is basically what I do, because if you break them down into 20 problems, if you don't catch someone on day one, you will catch the person on day two. If you don't catch him on day two, day three, day four, then you can probably catch him on day five, because you are touching different aspects of their lives based on the problems that you're sharing. All right. So let's take, for example, my book, Your Book We Sell. All right. Let's take an example there. Your Book We Sell. So the 5 problems that I'm reaching out, that I'm sharing, because this book, your book we sell, is written specifically for authors, people who want to author books. So if you're a personal brand and you're looking forward to author your book, this book is for you. If you have authored a book before and you want to make better sales, the book is for you. If you are a personal brand in the space and you've never written a book and you want to author a book that will help you to become a greater person of influence in your industry, then your book we sell is for you. So I'm writing this book basically for this that target audience, those who have authored a book and those who are aspiring to author a book. All right. So what are the five problems that they are facing? So number one can be poor sales, right? So they are facing the problem of poor sales. So they have launched the book, their father has bought, their girlfriend has bought, their mom perhaps has bought, and then no other person is buying. Some individuals are like they have done 50 sales of their books and they have not been able to do more. So imagine producing 1,000 copies of your book, and then you have sold only 50 copies, and 950 copies of the books are spiled away in your bedroom gathering dust, and you're not able to sell anymore. That's the problem that you need to solve, and that's why your book will sell will solve that particular problem. Another problem can be the fear of selling. So some individuals have met, they author books, but they don't want to sell by themselves. They are scared of being in people's faces. They think that selling is all about hustling. They think that selling is about knocking on people's doors and getting it rejected, just like Jehovah Witnesses people do sometimes, right? That's not what selling really means. So this book will rearrange their thinking. We kind of change that kind of mindset to make them understand that selling should be something sweet to them. Because if your book is valuable, if your book is providing value, then you should sell it. So this book is solving that particular problem. Another problem can be that the person has launched 12 books and are not able to make great sales from the 12 books, because I've seen a lot of individuals like that, serial authors. So they keep launching. So they write this one and they feel that if it doesn't work well, they write another one. They feel that by the time they keep writing, then they will have a great hit, just the same way some singers, some great artists, so they are singing one song, they've sang one song, it didn't work, they sing another one, it didn't work, they sing another one, it didn't work, they sing the fourth one, maybe by the fifth one it will become a hit and everybody will start to know them. But it shouldn't be the same thing with your book, right? Your books ought to sell, even if you have written one, even if you have written two, even if you have written three. So this book is solving that problem. Your book we sell is solving the problem, right? Then number four is for those who are aspiring to write a book. So some individuals are aspiring to write books right now, but they don't know how the book we sell. So that book details strategies on how the book will sell. So have you seen that I've just detailed just four problems? There are many more problems that authors, aspiring authors, established authors are currently facing. So my role is to have conversations with people who are writing books, conversations with people who have written books, to understand the frustrations that they have gotten, and I can line out those 20 problems, and on a daily basis all I'm doing is to go and keep on sharing and sharing about those problems and then providing solutions to them, which is my book. So it's not about sharing the problem, it's about telling them that this problem is existing, offering some form of solution, and driving the traffic to them to buy the book, buy your book. That's what it means. That's how you do it. So sharing the problem. So when it comes to sharing problems, how then can you share a lot more? Use illustration. So illustrate a lot, because part of your creative content is taking people on a journey, making them to have figurative imaginations, right? Taking them to begin to dream, begin to yearn, to begin to aspire to the kind of things that you're sharing. If you make it all bland and boring, you don't trigger the ability to think or to imagine. So they need to imagine that your book is the solution that they need. They need to imagine that your book is the product that they will buy, and it will solve their problem for their lives. So when someone is sick, the person is imagining that they pierce the injection, the thing enters into the system, and the person becomes well. That's an imagination. So people need to imagine that your book is the solution that they need for their lives. Right? So illustrations, and then the second thing is to tell a lot of stories. You've written a book, you have to be able to tell stories, right? Stories are great emotional connectors. Stories are fantastic. So you wake up in the morning, talk about a particular thing, stories that happen to other individuals, how someone was able to maybe write a book and could not sell copies, and what happened. I use my stories a lot to tell people that the first book that I wrote was a disaster because I sold just 200 copies to my church people, to my friends at work, to my colleagues at work, to my family members, and then I couldn't sell anymore. I ended up giving away 700 copies of the book to people just for free because I just wanted the books to leave my house, right? So those stories are what people will connect to and say, I need this book, I want this book, and I'm buying this book. That's what it is. So share stories, right? Talk about case scenarios. There are many scenarios around you that you can wrap around your book. So you have to share scenarios, right? For those of you who attend trainings, during those trainings, you see consultants creating certain kind of case scenarios that will make you see yourself in that particular scenario, right? So you have to create case scenarios that you utilize to be able to share about the topics in the book and the subtopics in the book. Then share personal experiences. Personal experiences work a whole lot, right? Share personal experiences. Very, very important to share personal experiences. Check this thing. Is it still on? It's showing broadcast. Yeah, the data showing broadcast interrupted. So share personal experiences. Very, 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 very important for you to share personal experiences. Personal experiences make people feel connected to what it is that you're offering them. So if they see that you have gone through the same pain that they have gone through, they will connect a whole lot more, knowing that you've been through the trenches and you have been able to climb out of the trenches, gotten some results in your life, and then you are able to help them in their own lives also. So share your own personal experiences. Personal experiences work a whole lot to help you to connect to people. So it's important, share personal experiences. Then finally, what you should be sharing should inspire people, should educate people, should enlighten them, and to entertain them, right? So your content must, number one, inspire, number two, educate, number three, enlighten, number four, entertain. So I give you a particular example with visuals. So when I launched Now Waiting Self, I was in Lagos, and I decided to use a particular hotel, gather people, and sign my books to the ones who had already pre-ordered for the book. And so there I was sitting down with a very beautiful friend of mine, very beautiful girl, right, in the hotel. And then we bought drinks. I bought Star Allah, and then the girl was by my side, beautiful babe. And then I put the bottle of Star Allah on top of the table beside my books, right? And then I began to take pictures. I began to share great moments with people around. Do you know that by sharing those pictures of where I was drinking Star Allah together with the book, some individuals approached me and said they never knew that people who write books can be so social, can be so down to earth, whatever it is that they mean by that. And that was how they bought. So if you every day you wake up and you're talking about your book and you're consistently putting the pictures of your book in people's faces, you are going to cause what we call visual fatigue. So when some people are scrolling down your timeline and they see your book, immediately they feel that they understand what it is that you're talking about. They will just scroll by. But do things that will break, we call it pattern interrupt, right? Interrupt people's patterns. They may be thinking that they have gotten you in a particular box. By the time you show another color of yourself, they're like, wow. And then they stop and then they want to check out what it is that you're offering at that time. So utilize pattern interrupt. Do not every time put the picture of your book in their faces all the time. Use different pictures, take different snapshots, use different positions. Just do something that is just not the normal and get them talking, right? Get them having those conversations, and that's how those sales will happen. Okay, so it's important for you to understand these things. These are the things that you have to be sharing, amazing things that you can be sharing, and then you get people buying copies and copies of your books. I hope that this makes a lot of sense. Hope that this has added some value. So go ahead right now. Do not wait until your book is out before you start sharing. That's a mistake that you're making. That is something that can come back to bite you. Right now that you're undergoing the journey, start sharing, right? Share your experiences, share your frustrations in writing the book, share how you're getting all the ideas you're getting, share how you're doing your research. Keep sharing. Let people keep seeing what you're doing, keep talking about it, keep sharing it, and then they will consistently believe in what it is that you're sharing, and they will want to buy copies of your book. So, in ending this broadcast today, if you've not gotten a copy of your book we sell, go ahead right now and make your own pre-order. If you make a pre-order of this book, there will be great bonuses that you're going to gain. Number one, you're going to be given access to your book we sell academy. It's going to hold in a Facebook group accessible to only those who have pre-ordered the book, right? And then I'm bringing great masterminds to come to share with you their own ideas and strategies on how they were able to sell tons of thousands of copies of the books. People like Paul Fo, people like Victor Basiebo, people like Naomi Osemedwa, people like Steve Harris. Great, amazing people, right? Are going to be coming in the group to be sharing with you. You have access to it from anywhere that you are in the world. Anywhere that you are in the world, you have access to that group if only you pre-order the book today. Okay, so they will be sharing the strategies, they will be sharing the ideas, and we will be having a remarkable time. And then all the bonuses, you have access to this book that I shared with you, Got a Tough Boss, Buy Him a Banana, right? You'll be having access to it as an ebook, have access to it, and then some other amazing resources that I'm not going to be sharing on this broadcast. So go ahead and make a pre-order. There is delivery to any parts of Nigeria. Even if you're in Sambisa Forest, we will come there and give you the book, right? So we've partnered with the great company Kunga that will be sending the book to any part of Nigeria where you are, right? So go ahead to do that. All right, make your own pre-order, share this video with friends, share this broadcast with friends, let them watch this and also be part of the academy. It's going to be a phenomenal, fantastic experience, and I look forward to being a great help to you and to make your own book to sell. Your book will sell. That's a prophecy that's going to happen to your life. So go ahead and do the pre-order right now. Don't wait till, because Nigerians have a way of waiting till the final day. Oh, but oh, boss, and then there'll be confusion everywhere. Even me, I'll be confused because there's so many people who are trying to come in. So don't wait till the time. Make your pre-order today, and we'll see you in the